Hold on, I'm getting some stuff set up. If anybody is on, say hello. Let's see if this works. Okay, cool. Oh, I should have copied that. Actually right now posting a couple places in case anybody wants to join in, but I'm just doing a couple places today to see what happens. Sure, I'll do that one. And let me see. Let me see. If you guys didn't know, there's a couple of conferences coming up. There's SourceCon is coming up in the beginning of May. There's HRTX coming up, or not in May, in March. And there's HRTX coming later in March. Both are conferences I've been involved in. I'll drop the link. I believe I have a discount code for SourceCon. So if you want to take a look at that, after I get this up officially on my YouTube channel, I'll put a deal there. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm going to do a quick audio check, and then I will dive into what I wanted to talk about. Just hold on a second. With live streaming stuff, it's always unpredictable, as many folks might be aware. I just want to make sure this is working on LinkedIn more than anything. I've had some issues with audio stuff in the past. I've had some issues with audio stuff in the past. Am I garbled? It might be because I don't have the mic close enough. It might be because I'm moving stuff around. I've had some issues with audio. It does sound a little garbled. That might be my microphone. Let me check that real quick. Am I garbled? It might be because I don't have the mic close enough. It might be because I'm moving stuff around. Oh, yeah, there's some feedback coming in. Let me see. You know what? Let me see this. Let me see if I use my Yeti. It's my Yeti. I usually use this for my other computer. Come on, Yeti. This might make a difference. Or I might have too many things plugged into this thing. My Yeti? Audio output. Okay. Does that sound better? Can you hear me? Audio output. Okay. Does that sound better? I sound less garbled, it sounds like. Okay. Well, I'll go with this because right now I'm on 5 different platforms. So yeah, it sounds, yeah. So, I mean, I think it was the feedback from, yeah, okay. I'll stop talking to myself. Okay. So for those of you who haven't seen Brian Finks' article, he wrote something on Recruiting Daily. Let me share that real quick. So if you haven't seen his article, he talks about the next LinkedIn, and we've all seen stuff like this before. I mean, but it looks pretty legit. It looks pretty cool. It's called Polywork, and I'm on the waiting list to get access to this thing. But basically, it's what I always talk about. It's basically aggregating different profiles into a universal type of profile, and we've seen some of this, but this looks, and we're seeing more and more tools do this sort of thing, but it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty legit, and it's like a secondary social profile based type of resume. If you haven't had a chance, take a look at his article. Let me drop a link in the chat if I can find the chat. You can take a look there. Wow, I'm getting a lot of comments. My mic is too hot. Right. So take a look at that link if you haven't. Okay. It's a short read, but you can see more about Polywork and that sort of thing. So obviously I'm waiting to get access to this, but I was doing a couple searches just to see if I could do a side search and look in, and let me see if I can make this bigger. So hopefully you can see that. So, and we talk about this a lot, site : www.polywork.com. Basically, I'm saying, look at this site for Java engineers. And what I'm doing here is I'm looking specifically for profiles, because you pull up lots of different things. I can see that there are definitely profiles in here, and I didn't have to do a complicated site search or anything like that. But I'm also looking for clues within the URL. So let me just open this up real quick. And so, like, for example, I don't have access to this. I don't have access to this yet, and hopefully you guys can still hear me. You guys can hear me, right? But it's pretty standard for the profiles here. Okay. And I can see this guy. I have a username. He's a Java engineer, project 44. Probably look. Can I look that up? Can I look it up on LinkedIn? Let me see. So this is the first time I've really dove into this. But what I really like about this is you can see when these folks stream. You can see he's streamed on Twitch. You can see what they're doing. You can see that he's into NFTs and things like that. He's got a specific profile here. Okay, like I don't even know what this is. Obviously he's into blockchain. He's into NFTs, and the different contributions. So, I've talked about look at this directly to GitHub. Okay, this is his project. This is his GitHub account. Oh my gosh, I didn't have to dive very far. And his Twitter account, his I'm not signed in. I am signed in. His personal website. Pretty sure he will have. Oh no, it links into here. No, this is dev.com. So several ways to contact him, several ways to find him. You can send him a direct Twitter message. If I was logged into this thing, probably send him a direct message on this, because you can collaborate, you can follow, but I'm not signed in. So let me go back to that site search. Jerry, you're funny, because people say the same thing about me. But that was the first one. So not everybody's going to be interested in streaming, but if you're looking for engineers that people haven't found or talked to, and I mean, look at all these different interests. I mean, that's great. You can see what they're interested in. You can find other ways to find people like Black girls that code. That's great. We have diversity initiatives we're working on. I mean, it's like you're getting a better list of their true persona and what they're interested in and where they're hanging out. Some stuff I always talk about. Like, she's interested in writing a book. Great. That's great. That's great to see. And like I said, and she's on Twitch. Okay. So that's the second person that we've pulled, and they're on Twitch. So it's not a surprise that there's a lot of engineers out there like me that like playing video games. And this is pretty recent, folks. So let's see what, and that's the second person. Now I can get let me see if I can get more specific with this, because I didn't have to really unlock any type of profile. I didn't have to do any kind of fancy URL searching or anything like that. Let me just see if they've got anybody in New York. Okay, and so this is still new, but I've been able to find 4 people in New York, and that's iOS. It's research assistant. This person might be somebody. Hey, whoever said nice to see me again, throw your name in the link. Throw your name in the comments, because I can't see who you are, because I'm using Restream. That's one of the unfortunate things about Restream. I already put in for sourcing IRL, Jer. So I don't know if I need that. It was a remote extension that I added earlier on. But I mean, she's interested in AI. She's interested in open source, cybersecurity. Look at it. I mean, look at all this. I mean, it's like the skills of LinkedIn, but it's more relevant. And I can see she's got a sense of humor too, because she's got a great head hacker. Yeah. And again, blogs, and this incorporates somebody's whole social profiles into something that really presents a better narrative. So I've done stuff like this with Patreon, but it's not the best. And unfortunately there's not a lot of sources on Patreon or know what it's all about. It's more programming, coders, streamers, gamers, things like that. That's and like channels, like YouTube channels use that. But this is something as a content creator like myself, I could really get into. It's kind of like another Behance. And I don't know if these are direct links. Are these direct links to her stuff? Oh, she's got a YouTube channel too. These are probably not direct user profiles. Oh, they are. Interesting. That channel doesn't have any content though. But here's her Twitter. And she's a Star Wars fan. That's definitely cool. Trytohackme.com. So it said she was in New York, but that may not be the case. But again, still pretty new. This is CodePen. It's another GitHub. I mean, it's another repo repository like GitHub. Yeah, this looks like not a real profile. I agree with you because there's too many different things. But let me go back to my search. Oh, did I lose my search? I did lose my search. Because there's too many weird things going on here. So let me go back to my other search. Oh, hey, Serge, how's it going? Jerry, you can put whatever you want to for your username. I'm not the only Greg Hawks out there. That's a keyboardist. There's one Greg Hawks that's a keyboardist for the cars. So, yeah, that may not work. Let's go something more general, like we're also looking in Delaware. Let me see if I can find people around Delaware. Just see what we can find. So yeah, there's not a ton of people in here. I would like to see what happens in the next coming months. And I don't know if this is still in beta or I know they're still building it. Okay, look, let's go Boston. Let's go Boston and see. Yeah, I need to check out Templify for sure because I went on vacation when we were setting up time to talk, Serge. So we'll have to shoot me an email and we can reconnect and maybe I can take a look at it. So I'm always interested in looking at new Chrome extensions. So we're getting some false positives here. I just want to make sure that you guys can see the text because sometimes it doesn't come through the best. But these are on target to what we're looking for, so it might be worth a look. This guy's a contractor at Netflix. But again, it's I like the fact that it's incorporating blogs, and they have social profiles on here, and you don't actually have to be signed in. So there's potential here, but obviously they're building a community, so it needs to be built up quite a bit before it's viable. I mean, to really become the next LinkedIn, it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of buzz. Here's his blog site. Because right now, I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm not using groups on LinkedIn very much at all, especially like I used to. It's more Facebook. And if there's a different forum that you can use, especially that can share across multiple platforms, that's why I like using Restream, because I can literally stream in 5 different platforms or even more. This would be great. I wonder if this is one of the ones that they'll add. But it looks like this is more global. I'm getting more global results, which is fine. But if you're looking for global talent, this is definitely something you might want to take a look. This looks like he works in Singapore. So it's just, I'm not looking for global-based engineers, but I can already tell there's a lot of potential here. So I wanted to give a shout out to Brian Fink again for writing the article and making us all aware. I mean, this is great. It's great information to have, Costa Rica. I think you mentioned it's more of a global type of tool, but let's all watch this and see where it goes. Poly in French means self-promo. Well, we all self-promote every once in a while. But I mean, I'm open to guest lecturing, open source contributions, writing. What else? Speaking at events. This is something I could see Sorcerer's getting on and utilizing. I mean, just as, like I said, as a content creator, I mean, this is something I could put on my stuff. But it's still in process, and they have to invite me back. They have to invite me to be part of this, because right now I'm just looking through Google and that sort of thing, and I'm not going very deep either. Like, let me just do a search for a Hogan mainframe engineer, just because we're looking for one of those. Yeah, so totally broke it, especially when I go specific. Let me just look at Actimize. There's not anybody there. We do have some red hats, though. That's nice. Let me actually see if there's any talent sourcers on here. I like to stalk my friends. I don't see Fink on here. Fink, where are you? Oh, there's Vanessa. If you're not following her, definitely follow her. Learned quite a bit of things from her. Yeah, so they need to invite me so I can test this. Oh, there's Tris. I know Tris. How did he get on? How did these folks get on and I'm not on? I want to be on this thing. Behance. Oh, she's on Behance. I don't think I've seen her Behance page. I'm going to go look up Tris now too. He actually was the first one to tell me about. He was the first one to tell me about Restream. So thanks to him, I'm able to do this type of stuff. Self-promoters are your favorite kind of Pokemon? So he's got his YouTube. Went live on. Oh, see, that's great. Went live on YouTube. I wonder if you go live on multiple platforms, will it put multiple things up? I don't know. This is pretty cool. I like digging into stuff like this. I've always wanted I wish LinkedIn would be better about this, because there's so many social profiles out there right now. Like, can we just have them all in one type of profile, especially for people that are looking for jobs, so we don't have to dig through all the different resources like GitHub. And that's the thing is, I mean, we've got several links here we can click into. So yeah, especially if you're looking for something global, this would be great. But I'm not looking for global talent. I'm looking for talent in US and Canada. So and yeah, if you haven't joined the growth hacking group on Facebook that Tris has, I've learned a lot of different things in and around social posting and how to post and how to use hashtags and what hashtags to use. All that stuff is great, and learned a lot in his group. So if you haven't, check out the growth hacking group on Facebook. You can learn a lot. You can learn a lot there. So I'm not self-promoting. I'm promoting somebody else. That's what I like to do. And again, I've seen lots of different presentations from Vanessa. So if you haven't checked her out, follow her. I think she speaks at HRTX a lot and SOSU. So definitely check her out. And I can tell that she appreciates nature and all the various beasts of the world. So Jared, I don't think you need help promoting, because you've been doing a lot of stuff with parrot sourcing. But you can drop a link. Drop a link and I'll drop it in. Do you have a specific website still? Let me see if I can find anything parrot sourcing. So Jared really got me on the streaming because he used to do this thing on Twitch before all the fancy restreams and StreamYards and all this other stuff came out. He got me onto streaming because I saw them doing it, and I was like, hey, I should try to do that. Of course, my computer couldn't handle it at the time, and now I've got a different internet connection. I've got different equipment. I've upgraded my equipment, so things work a little bit better than they did. But yeah, definitely check him out. Where are you, Jerry? Are you mostly on Twitter now? I'm not on Twitter as much as I should be. That's why I like doing this, because I can show multiple things at once. Here he is. Send him a message. There's the link to the website. I might have pulled the older website. No, I pulled the right website. There he is. So go tell him what your favorite Pokemon is, and also follow him and connect with him. Okay. And yeah, so I just wanted to show everybody a little bit of my process whenever I'm looking into a website, whether I have access to it or not. Okay. So yeah, just remember, whenever you have a website, just try the simple site search. Try simple site colon and then put in the website and then look for stuff. And you can find it. And of course you can scrape it. You can scrape it with it. Is that why you like Instant Data Scraper? Talk about Pokemon. Instant Data Scraper save you a lot of time. No fancy recipes, nothing like that. But it pulls everybody's link, some general information which is workable on Excel, and you can pull that in pretty quickly. And it took me what, a couple seconds. So Instant Data Scraper is one I always talk about. You could do more fancy stuff with Data Miner, and I'll probably show that a little bit later. But I just wanted to kind of see what Polywork was about, get a sense of what the profiles were, and I could see that it's more global based. But maybe I could just do software engineer and find more folks in the U.S. I just do something in New York, just very general. This is really what we do, trial and error type of stuff. Let me see what this pulls. Yeah, so I've got some better results now since I've pulled it up. And what's interesting about this is I could probably build something to dive in a little bit deeper, but I'm not going to do that right now. So just a quick, you can just do a quick pull with the Pokemon Instant Data Scraper, pull that in. That's fantastic. You can separate these out pretty easily, looks like, with some fanciness with Excel. If you wanted to be more dynamic, where's my data miner? Here it is. You can use data miner, and what I would do is basically build a crawler out of this. This is the older version of data miner, looks like. No, I got it. I just went a different way. Oh man, that's big. Oh man, that's big. That's way too big. My recipes. That would be Google. That would be a Google scrape. Which one? Yeah, so I mean, I've built something like, oh my gosh, that's way too big. You guys are probably like, what's he doing? Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, it went over here. So yeah, I can get similar information. Look at that. That's pretty nice. I didn't know I even did that. That's pretty nice. I even separated out their oh, but look, it says their company is all Polywork. That might be why they have a lot of people testing. Or it just might be a fill that's pulling in here. Let me see. Where did my search go? Oh, too many windows. My search has disappeared. I will have to find another search. It was right here. Yeah, it's right here. So this guy, does he work at Polywork? Oh, I think I've talked to him. He's in Rochester. I think I've talked to him. I might talk to him again. Let's just do just a test, because that just might be pulling Polywork from somewhere. I have a sense that is doing that. Yeah, he's at the university. He's not. And it's my friend from Poland. We've been talking. I don't know Polish, but one of the cool things about LinkedIn is that you can translate. So, and we communicate in English. I don't speak Polish, but yeah, we've been talking nerdy about data miner. So I'm interested to see more from him too. So if you're not following Wojciech, I probably butchered your name, bro, but definitely watch for him because he's been doing some great OSINT posts, again, promoting other people on my channel. You be like Darth Vader, start to hire sorcerers. That's great. That's great. You should send this to like Recruiting Daily or SourceCon. Oh, he mentioned me. That's great. I'm gonna liking that. Absolutely liking that. I'm giving you a fist bump. So yeah, check it out. I will explore more of this once I have access, but there's, especially if you're recruiting on a global level, this is definitely something we're looking into. And I'm actually going to pull this in because I think I can get more. I can get more people this way. It's super helpful that I've built this already. But what I might do is I might go take this list, put it into. Oh man, look. Oh, I forgot I had. I had that auto parser down there. What was it called? Done videos on it, but it will pull down the results so you can scrape it all at once. Let me see. It's auto parse. That's what it's called. It's called auto parse or something like that. I'll look it up in a minute. I need to scrape again. Okay, I've got all my rows. Excel file. And I've shown this in a couple videos, but what you can do, even though it's not the fastest, is you can take this list and build a crawling feature out of it, but it's based on sorry, I had a pop-up. It's based on each website, so you have to build a specific profile scraper in addition to that, and it's a different way to automate. You can basically do this with Web Scraper too, but I get lost with some of the elements and stuff like that. So this is just how I do it because I've done it this way before, even though it takes probably a little bit longer. But if I'm talking a list of 117 people, okay, hey, there's Jason. What I'll do is I'll clean this up. I'll use these links to pull in the more of the information based on their polywork profiles, and that can lead you to other profiles, which leads you to more ways to engage and contact people. So, but I'll probably save that for another time. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about this stuff. And again, there's probably going to be a part 2 next week. So just stay tuned, and I will try to send out more of a scheduled type of live stream. I'm still just experimenting with stuff and seeing if this all works. Okay, so but thanks for everybody to join in and has been commenting. If I didn't get to a comment, sorry about that. I'm doing multiple things here, so it's like streaming is full multitasking. There's so many things going on, and anything can falter. So I just want to make sure that everything's working in the proper way. So thanks for joining on and commenting. Always like that. So and yeah, I will probably be back with more information on this, and I will definitely be back with more information on other tools. So yeah, thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.